Good morning and welcome back to White Mountains Today here on White Mountain TV 16. And joining us right here is Tyler Ray from the Granite Backcountry Alliance. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Yeah, good to see you again.
Hey, it's good. The sun's out, skiing's going to be good, so it's a great weekend. Thanks for having me.
Oh, glad you could come down. Now, I think we have to start off and explain what the Granite Backcountry Alliance is. And it's a new organization, and as I was saying, but it feels like you guys have been around for a long time with the amount of stuff that has happened in just the past year and a half. So let's talk about what the Granite Backcountry Alliance is.
Some folks say we've been highly motivated, and I say that's probably an aptly named term for what we've been up to. We've just been, we're a group that organized about a year and a half ago, and we are to advance the sport of backcountry skiing, meaning we want to create a below treeline network of glade skiing opportunities all around New Hampshire and in Western Maine. That's really our footprint.
Yeah.
And we've really capitalized upon this surge of interest in backcountry skiing. People have this return to the woods mentality. There's the hard goods, the equipment is amazing now. The same equipment you can have in the woods, you can have at the resort. It's just a really nice alternative to chairlift skiing. Is like I said, getting back to the woods, and so people are really enjoying that. And so we've had some really early success. We've had a great partnership with the White Mountain National Forest. We have 2 projects that are currently pending that we're hoping to see a final approval in a couple of weeks, and then we'll be thinning and cutting into the woods next year. So what that really means, just so the viewers understand, is we're not cutting ski trails in the classic sense of wide open pastures. We're thinning the forest, so you ski between the trees, and that's really what glade skiing is. And it's really what we're doing is something for all abilities, and that's really an important thing. So people can enjoy it from kids to any age.
Now, are you? I know we had talked about it. Are you focusing on some of the old ski areas that are, overgrown and hidden in the woods? Are you going to use that along with just some new trails?
Yeah, that's definitely one of our starting points. I mean, certainly we shake anyone's hand and we have a discussion with anyone, but starting with old trails that have become abandoned or grown in, like this Civilian Conservation Corps of the 1930s, they cut a lot of trails, over 60 trails in New Hampshire. And a lot of those have grown back in. Some others have turned into resorts, like a Wildcat and some other places. But we have, for example, one of our projects is Maple Villa Ski Trail, and that was just right outside North Conway Village here, off Bartlett Mountain. And we call that our front country, backcountry project because it is so close to the village. But it's a 600 acre footprint zone that the White Mountain National Forest is providing. And what we'll be doing is probably cutting around 10% of that with all different glade designs. We have a glade designer that comes in, and so what we do is we take that original trail right from the 30s. We take that vision, right, and that vision becomes expanded upon and built out with the modern day ski behaviors. So that ski trail becomes maybe more of the skin track or the exit, the in and out, and then you have glades flowing in and out, and all human powered, 2 legs. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome, and I think the history of the old ski areas, and there were so many of them in New Hampshire and Western Maine. There's just so many of them, and to be able to then go on those trails again, and like you say, you're not going to be, you're not cutting a 50-foot trail, but the fact that you're skiing on these trails that were almost 100 years ago first cut.
Well, we call it like going full circle.
Yes.
Here in the valley, there's skiing is in its DNA, right, and that's where it all began. And people often forget about that because we have all these resorts and they're wonderful, but they're chairlift driven, and sure, that's awesome. I mean, that's how I've skied my whole life.
Right.
But this is a whole new side of skiing that has been sort of forgotten. And we see the rebirth of it with the New England Ski Museum. We're going to see more of that when they have their facility here open.
Right.
But that is like the beginning of skiing, and that's how it happened here. And so we're bringing that full circle. It's really cool.
It's so exciting to be able to think about, like you say, going back to the roots and doing that. Now, you've got an event coming up, speaking of celebrating going back to the roots, about something that happened in 1859. So let's talk about that.
Yes, there's this character that we think we created, but he may have been a real person. We're not quite sure. We call him M.W. Auto Road, and of course anyone that reads between the lines when they see the poster that we have an event at the Mount Washington Auto Road, and it's the first of its kind. We're skinning up, maybe to the top if weather conditions permit, and then skiing all the way down, importantly. It's the first event where you can actually, they have a lot of events there, running, biking, and so forth, but this is the first one where actually, it's not over at the top, it's over at the bottom, so it's going to be cool. We'll be able to ski it. And again, it's all weather conditions, but we're having a race category if you're into what we call skimo, which really stands for ski mountaineering.
Yeah.
But that's really for the guys that, well, anyone really that just wants to go up faster. And then we have a whole other category of just casual, come, show up, skin and ski with your friends, and because that's really what backcountry is all about. You know?
Right.
So it's a lot about sharing and enjoying the experience with others, just like going for a hike or a long bike ride. It's very similar. So we want to promote that experience. And what a better place to do it than the auto road?
Absolutely. Now, obviously the auto road, 8 miles long, but you don't have to go the whole distance. You can just go as far as you want.
You can go any distance you want. You could go 1 mile, turn around, come back down. We'll have Great Glen Trails and Mount Washington Auto Road have been wonderful venue sponsors, and they're really into this human-powered exercise. And so they'll be having snow coaches along the way, which will serve as warming huts. And so that's a kind of a cool aspect
Absolutely,
of this.
yeah.
Who knows what Old George is going to bring for weather? So
Yeah.
that's we'll have that, and then the day before race day, we'll announce where the actual race is going to be. Right now, we're looking great for 4 miles. So we're getting above tree line as of right now.
Yeah.
We'll see what the conditions bring. To get up a little bit higher into the zone. If we can summit it, people will. I guarantee it.
Oh, absolutely.
They will. There's a lot of adventure folks out there, and that's why we're doing this. But at any rate, whatever you do, if you go 2 miles, 1 mile, 7.6 miles, either way, there's a ski down to the bottom, and then we're having a après event at Great Glen Outdoor Center afterwards from 4 to 7.
Unbelievable.
That'll be a lot of fun. We have Bear Mountain Band, and we'll have dinner for the food, and Amos-Keg Beverages is generously providing us some fine liquids, and it's going to be another fun Granite Backcountry event. We've had a lot of success over the last 18 months, and one of them is getting people out, and this should be another one.
And getting people talking about it. So how does somebody sign up for that?
Well, you can go to our website, which I think was just showed. It's granitebackcountryalliance.org, and we have a page dedicated to this event. There, it's up right now. That's the event page, and the actual purchase of tickets is on skireg.com. So that's skireg.com/auto, and that's where you're going to actually purchase your tickets. It's $25 if you're a Granite Backcountry Alliance member, and $35 for a non-member. And if you'd like to join as a member to achieve that discount, for $50, you can get a nice little discount for getting a membership, which we sell for $35.
Yeah.
And registration to the event.
That's awesome.
So you can knock that off and get on board and be part of the GBA team. So.
Well, I think that looking at that, I was kind of thinking, was there that a typo? But what a great rate! That's
yeah. Well, we really want to encourage volume and get people out, and it's fun. Everything we're doing here is fun. I have a full-time day job, and a lot of the other guys that I work with do. And so we want to make sure that whatever we do, we keep this fun.
Yeah.
Skiing's fun. It doesn't need to be a chore. And some people might say, well, hey, skinning up the auto road, it sounds like a chore. But hey, when you enter that pain cave, some people that's really what they get into. They really enjoy the up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which some people say, what are you talking about? How can you enjoy the up? But it's a great workout, and it's a lot of fun. And we get down to the bottom, there's a good feeling of satisfaction. Yeah.
Well, my feeling is you're probably going to have a whole bunch of people doing this. This just sounds like something totally different and something totally unique. Being able to go up the auto road like that is.
Well, we hope so. And folks that are sitting at home, they say, well, I wish I could do that, but I don't have the equipment. We're partnering with Ski the Whites, led by Andrew Drummond. He's over at Black Mountain, and he has the whole rental fleet. So he can be contacted through us or directly to him, and you obtain all the equipment that you need. And really what the equipment is, there's regular alpine boots that have a walk mode, so you can walk up. Skis and bindings. The bindings have an attachment so your heel is free on the way up. And so when you get up to the top, you lock down the heels and you're skiing just like you would at the resort. And then there's skins that go on the bottom that adhere to the bottom of the ski so that you have traction. So you're almost like snowshoes going up.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised you can move pretty quick with that equipment.
And so they're located, like you said, right at Black Mountain. Ski the Whites, is that?
Ski the Whites. Yep.
Yeah, I was talking to Hillary from Ski the Whites, and she was explaining about this new equipment. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah, the key, the nutty part about it is just how light it is.
Yeah.
And there's no compromise on the down. So I mean, you can move all around the mountains, and it's pretty unbelievable. And then skiing down is, again, you're solid and sturdy as you are at the resort. It's really a cool thing, and just getting out there and being in the solitary of the woods is, that's probably why most people live here, or at least come here to stay.
Absolutely.
So it's another element to get out there and do things.
Absolutely. So that's coming up next Saturday, and you can go to the website, which is again
GraniteBC.org.
GraniteBC.org.
And we have description of our Glade projects on that website, which are pretty exciting. And we've had success. This past summer, we cut a glade up in Randolph, New Hampshire. That's around 75 to 100 acres in footprint with 5 ski lines. That's been incredibly successful. We've had a lot of thumbs up on that. There's just some good skiing in there. And Randolph has I like to call it the Randy Cloud. They get a little bit, just like the J Cloud. Maybe not as pronounced as the J Cloud, but they get some snow up there that we don't get here, I'll tell you that. And it's a higher elevation, but that's a really good experience up there. So anyone looking to check out some of the things that we've done, that's a great example.
That sounds great. So. All right, well, there's just so much fun. And so look forward to finding out how the event goes next weekend, but also the progress that you guys are making with the Granite Backcountry Alliance.
Well, thank you. Well, stay tuned. We should have some news to announce in February, and we're pretty excited about that. So everyone gear up for next summer and fall. We'll do some cutting, and also we have another event April 7th, Wild Corn. That was a huge event last year, 350 people.
Yep.
Just total fun, celebrating the backcountry season. So that's coming up as well.
That sounds
7th.
great.
So
all right. Well, thanks so much for coming by.
Appreciate it.
And check out the website, granitebc.org, and you can sign up for the MV Auto Road event.
Close. MW Auto Road.
Oh, MW Auto.
Even got you confused. I like it.
That's it. And we'll be back here in a minute on White Mountains Today.